So today I've got a puzzle for you about a puzzle. And basically I'm going to start this new series called Puzzle for Puzzle, which is basically I'm going to give you puzzles about a puzzle. If you want to see the last time I did this, click here. But hopefully I'm going to be making more of these. So the challenge is, how many symmetrical OLLs are there? So here's an example of a symmetrical PLL. And basically, this is a Z-perm or a Z-perm. Basically, you can execute it from here and it will solve, or from here and it will solve. Or if you use a different algorithm, here and here, it would solve. So, whichever algorithm you use for the Z-perm, there will be two angles that you can solve it from. So, that's the challenge, but for OLL. So I'll give you a bit of time. You can pause the video right now if you want to find out. And so basically, for OLL, it's actually, the concepts are a lot more simpler in OLL. And there are 57 different OLLs. You could just go through them and see which ones are actually symmetrical. But that's boring. So we want to do this systematically. So if you really think about it, an OLL is basically just a corner permutation. So as you can see, we have the pi corner permutation, or orientation I should say, and we have the L edge orientation. So basically an OLL has a corner orientation and an edge orientation. That's basically what every OLL is. So with that, we can use it to find this. So hopefully you can understand me. We're going to think like we're doing two-look OLL. So here we have the line EO case. And basically, if we have a line, we could execute it from here, and it would give us EO. Or we could do a U2 and execute from here, and it'll give us EO. Obviously, in the solve, you're not going to look at this and then, oh, U2. You're obviously just going to do it from this angle. But the point is, you can execute this. If it was like this, you could either go like this, or you could go like this, execute the algorithm, and you get EO. And if you're a two-look OLL and you have a dot OLL, basically, it actually doesn't matter what angle you're at, because no edges are oriented, so you could do it here, 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 whatever. And basically, you'll get, whatever algorithm, I'll just do this. You will get EO done. So what that means is, if you get a dot OLL, it has a chance of being a symmetrical one as well. That's basically what I'm going off. But if we go with the last variation, which is the L, there is only one angle you can execute this from. Whether you use the F inverse XC F prime, or if you U2 and then F like that. The thing is, that is the only algorithm you can do the L from, which basically means you can't do the LEO from multiple angles. So we're going to have to rule out this. So basically, if you're still confused on what's going on, basically what I'm saying is, if the OLL includes a dot, a line, or is solved, then it has a chance of being symmetrical OLL. But now we need to deduce the CO. So we're going to be thinking in two-look OLL again. Actually, this can be regular OLL. But here is the H CO. And if you hold it like this and do the algorithm, you'll get it done. And if you do a U2 and do it, you'll also be done. So the H OLL, or HCO, I guess, works from two different angles. Now, obviously, the one with solved CO works from any angle. And actually, if you go through, if you go like soon, and like anti-soon, and even like this, the L and the T, and even the U OLL, none of those have other angles. So turns out, apart from the solved CO, turns out the H CO is the only one that actually is symmetrical. So, okay, so let's just deduce what we've had so far. Basically, for your OLL to be symmetrical, the EO has to either be a dot, a line or solved. And for CO, your OLL also has to be H or solved. So here is OLL 1, and basically, if you can gather what I've been talking about, so this is a symmetrical OLL. If you do it from here, you'll get OLL done. And if you do a U2, and basically if you do a U2, you'll get it done as well. But basically, how this ties in is that this OLL is a dot OLL, so no of the edges are up. And then also, if you look really closely, has the HCO. In other words, if I were to do the H algorithm for a CO, you'll get solid corners. So OLL 1 is a symmetrical OLL. Here's OLL 57, and as you can see, although it might not look like it, it has the line EO and the solved corners CO. So basically a solved corner. So in this case, people use a ton of algorithms for this. I guess there's an move algorithm. It works from here and here. So move algorithm here works, and do a U2, move algorithm also works. And I guess the move algorithm, so here, oops, it works, and do a U2, move algorithm, it also works. So OLL 57 is also a symmetrical OLL. Here is the column-burnt OLL, or OLL 55, and basically, it's a really easy one to recognize. It's got this like line and this bar and the bar, but basically I guess the main point is it's got a line here and a HCO, and I guess there's two main algorithms people tend to use. I use one that goes like this, and then there's also this other one that goes like this. And basically, if you do it from here or here, as you can see, it looks the same. Now, this one actually looks very similar. It's OLL 56, and as you can see, it's actually the same as the column-burnt OLL. It's got this line and the H, CO, and it's basically the same thing, except it's basically like twisted around a little. Basically, to illustrate this a little better, I'm going to do a Z-perm. And as you can see, we have the column-burnt OLL. So that's basically... And there's the Z-perm, or any PLL. It doesn't affect the orientation, just the permutation. As you can see, this will go here. But the point is, this is OLL 56. It can be executed from here or here. And you'll have solved OLL. And here's OLL 21, which is basically the you might have been able to figure this out because I showed it earlier, but it's got cross solved and it's the H. So you might be able to figure this out. Do it from here, it's right, and if you do a U2, you do it from here, it's also right. Alright, and I'm saving this one for last because it's the most special. This one's OLL 20, and it basically is a checkerboard pattern. And as you can see, it's got solved corners, and it's actually a dot OLL also. And the reason this is special is that not only you can do a U2 and, do the algorithm from here, it also works. You can do this from any angle, and it will still work. And like the others, people tend to use a ton of algorithms for this. There's one that goes like this. There's this other S-move algorithm that I can't really do this one well because I don't practice it. It goes like that. And there's this other one that goes like this. I forget how to do it. It's like that. But yeah, that's OLL 20, and it's special. And you may realize this from earlier. Dot OLLs, they can be executed from any angle. Well, the dot EO anyway. And this, when all the corners are up, obviously, it doesn't matter. So that's why this OLL is special. It's also the rarest one. Just a little bonus fact. I guess if you wanted to do this mathematically, you could say that there's 3 different EOs, 2 different COs, and basically if you do the math. 3 times 2 is 6. But you gotta be a little bit careful, because you basically have the one. I guess if you want to count this as all, but nah, that doesn't count, does it? So we take 1, although I guess because of the OLL 55 and 56 both having the H and the line, I guess that does cancel up, and you do get 6 different OLLs that's symmetrical. So 1, 20, 21, 55, 56, and 57. Hopefully you found this interesting, and if you know any cool puzzles that you've, I guess, came up with on the 3x3, actually it doesn't have to be on the 3x3, it can be with any other puzzle. But yeah, that's basically it. Tell me if you thought this video was interesting, because I thought it was in my head when I first thought of the idea. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh no, I didn't do that all at the end.